I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psychacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is compromise versus sacrifice. I'm not a big fan of compromise, especially in the context of romantic relationships. When I think about compromise, I think two people not getting what they want. While this might not be how it's supposed to work, it's often how it does work in practice. In a lot of relationships, compromise is a way of keeping score about unhappiness. It kind of goes like this. Well, I don't really want to spend next Saturday with your parents, but you really want me to be there. So I'll agree to be unhappy for your sake in this case, and that earns me the right to expect that you'll agree to be unhappy for my sake at some future date, when I want you to do something that you don't. And in this way, the couple moves forward into the future, and both participants increasingly spend their time doing things that half the couple doesn't want to do. And I'm not entirely sure how such an arrangement ultimately serves the individuals in that relationship. So I'm not a big fan of compromise for this reason. On the other hand, I am a big fan of sacrifice. The difference between compromise and sacrifice is that in a compromise, you expect something from your partner in return for your compliance, namely future reciprocated compliance. However, in a sacrifice, you voluntarily choose to alter your behavior for your own sake, usually with the hope that you will receive more benefit for yourself as a result of the alteration. Let me illustrate this with an example. So imagine that one day your partner comes to you and says, I've noticed that you've been playing a lot of video games. You play until 2 a.m., you play 20, 30 hours a week, and I'm not sure this is really good for you. A compromise might be something like, okay, if I promise not to play during the week, will you agree to get off my case? Or if I'm not playing video games, then you have to stop going out with your friends. As you can see, the heart of compromise is negotiation, and one partner generally sells compliance for some future benefit from the other. On the other hand, if you were to take some time to examine what your partner said, because that person may in fact have a point, and you independently conclude that playing video games like that isn't really good for you, that, for example, it's interfering with some of the other things you want to do, then you can choose to voluntarily change your behavior for your own sake. In this case, you would sacrifice playing video games in the hope that doing so will accrue benefit to yourself in the form of, say, increased opportunity to pursue other interests. Sacrifice is saying, I choose to give this up because I hope to benefit. Contrast this with compromise, which says, I agree to be unhappy because I hope to secure compliance from you. Consequently, in sacrifice, you don't expect reciprocity from your partner. On some level, your partner isn't even involved in this decision. It's a decision between you and yourself. It's a selfish decision. And the fact is that by making such a selfish decision, you potentially improve the interpersonal space in which the relationship exists. You're choosing to change and expect nothing from your partner. How does that not improve freedom and respect in a relationship? From a certain perspective, selfishness is exactly what is necessary to keep a relationship healthy, as it doesn't implicate the other in the unhappiness debt swapping of compromise. In fact, relationships become effortless to the extent that they're based upon complementary selfishnesses. I hope you found that helpful. If you like what you heard, please drop a comment below. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation, you can reach me at psychackspodcast@gmail.com. Talk to you soon.